Hey guys, welcome back. This is Today with Terry K. We are talking all about getting ready for the holidays. I don't know about you guys, but last year I did a few extra things that I put in a video, and it completely changed the way I handled the holidays and it removed a ton of the stress of the holidays. Now, it's never perfect. I don't care how much planning you have, there's always going to be things that happen last minute. There's always going to be, something that doesn't go expected, and that's perfectly fine. But getting prepared for the holidays actually doesn't start in December. We need to start thinking about it right now. If you haven't already started, then today is your wake up call because today it's the last day of October. And that means that we only have, are you ready for this? We only have 3 weeks until Thanksgiving. My mind is blown. I'm not ready for this. I feel like I just got my fall, Halloween stuff out, and it's already time to switch gears. And if you've been hiding under a rock, you probably have not noticed that, all of the stores, they have Christmas in there. And I keep thinking how early it is. But when you look at the calendar and you look at how many weekends we have, because to be honest, that's when I get things done is on the weekend. So how many weekends do we have to get the shopping done? How many weekends do you have to plan parties and activities? It is not a lot. So that is what we're going to cover today. Make sure that you're stopping and saying hi in the comments so I know who's here and we can kind of get things rolling. And as always, ask questions. I would love for this to be very interactive. I have some things that I want to cover, but you guys have the best ideas. So don't forget to join the conversation. That is what this is. The whole video will be on replay. If you're new to the channel, my name is Terry K, and we are going to just jump right into some of the things that I think would probably help us out a bit. So today we are talking all about the secrets to getting organized for the holidays. And basically, it's the things that we need to do starting now to have a stress-free Christmas and Thanksgiving. And if you wait even 3 weeks, you are going to feel the rush and the stress and the pressure to do it all and to do it all very short and sweet. And it's hard. So let's go ahead and talk about some things that we can start doing. If not today, this week. I want you to put on your thinking cap this week so that we can really jump in and do things a little bit better. Okay. So is this the way you want to feel on, the week of Christmas? I know that I do not. I do not want to be stressing over what to purchase. I don't want to be last minute wrapping things at midnight to put out Christmas morning. I absolutely don't want this to be a part of my life. And hands up and comment below if you for sure have felt that stress at 12 o'clock, midnight, Christmas Eve, and you're trying to wrap the secret things that are going to be delivered from, the jolly guy Christmas morning. I definitely remember staying up till 2, 3 in the morning, putting things together, wrapping presents if you wrap. I don't want that to be my life anymore. And I certainly don't want you guys to be feeling that kind of stress because, to be honest, that meant Christmas morning, I was tired. I didn't want to really do some of the things. I didn't have the right mindset and I had to fake it. And I don't want to fake it anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I just want to enjoy. So let's talk about different things. So, hey, shout out to the Crafty Nook. How are you, girl? And Bonnie, I'm so glad y'all joined me. I, praise God, don't have that last minute stress anymore of pulling things out at midnight, but I know there's a lot of mamas out there that do. So things that we can do to kind of avoid some of that stress and some of that freak out. Getting prepared. Those are the things we're going to talk about. Getting prepared, our mindset must, and some of the tips and ideas for gift giving, because for me at this stage in life, coming up with what in the world to get these guys drives me crazy, number one. And number two, trying to find the best deal and feeling that rush and that stress because everything is so blasted expensive. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're just going to have a free chat session afterwards. If you have anything on your mind, we will talk about that at the end. All right. So the thing about Christmas is that it's predictable. It's not a surprise. Every year, Christmas is the same day, December 25th. There's no excuse for acting surprised when it's time for Christmas. We know it. We can plan on it. You plan your vacation for months, but we somehow just put blinders on when it comes to Christmas. We don't want to think about it. We don't want to do it until we absolutely must. And that is where the stress is coming from. So it is something that's predictable and it's completely manageable, just like vacation. If we start putting money into it, if we start setting ourselves up for like things that we're going to need, if we start looking forward to it early, then we can knock out a lot of this right off the bat, which is crazy. So Little Crafty Nook, it has an amazing channel on YouTube about making homemade cards. They're absolutely stunning. And she starts making a card every month for Christmas so that she is not stressed in December. And I think that is exactly what we're talking about. Even if you're not a crafter, there are things that you can do right now that's going to make Christmas Day so much better. And we're going to dive into that. But I just wanted to make sure and let you guys know that, I always want to know that you're here. So be sure that you put something up. All right. So the things that we need to do, we need to plan the work and then work the plan. So right now, this week, you need to start thinking about, of course, Thanksgiving. That's top of mind. 3 weeks from now, we're going to be doing Thanksgiving. So what day, what time? You have to coordinate with a lot of family members. You don't just have one place to go. Life is not as simple as it was in the good old days where you had one grandma and grandpa on mom's side and one on dad's side. So it was two places to eat and that was it. These days, there can be 6, 7 different places that you feel the obligation to run and stop in. And when you have little kids and you're trying to hustle and bustle, or if you're the one trying to organize it with a bunch of kids and extended family, and everybody has different ideas of what time it should be, you need to start that conversation now so that you can nail it down. So even yesterday, I was talking to my own family, like, hey, are we still on for Thanksgiving Day? We're going to do it later in the day to coordinate with some other family members. Is everybody still in? Just checking in. We talked about it before, but I need to nail it down right now, date and time. If maybe we have to push it until Friday, Black Friday, that's fine. There's no reason that I have to have it on Thanksgiving Day. I would like it to be there, but we just need to be flexible with everybody's calendar. Don't get stuck in the mud and get all upset if, the newest member of your family's mama likes to have hers at 12 o'clock and you've always had yours at 1. Be the bigger person. If there's a way that you can work things out to coordinate for the whole family, it's going to make the entire group feel happy during that time and not slighted. We do want to include new members of the family. We give them honor and glory as well. So remember that we need to have a heart to serve and a heart to love and not to be, legalistic. It's always this way. We're not going to change. You need to just do it my way. That is not the way to grow a happy Thanksgiving. I promise. So, anyways, go ahead and nail down those times. Check in with all of your people and make sure it's a go. That way we can start getting things set up. Set out a master plan. Now, if you guys know, I put out a video last year that completely helped me so much, and I will link it at the end if you want to watch it. It is how to systematically get the house ready for hosting guests. So, Thanksgiving, I've got family coming in. I don't want to be working on the week of Thanksgiving, stressing out about getting the guest room ready or getting the sheets washed or dusting and polishing silverware and stuff. These are things that we can start doing now. Once the sheets are clean and fresh and on the bed, if no one sleeps there, it's good. It's done. So I've got a whole breakdown of things that you need to start 3 weeks ahead of time that you can do 2 weeks and then the week of, so that as you're leading up to your holiday, you are prepared. You don't have to worry about these little things. You've already know that it's good. And then on the day of your event, all you have to do is just do a little walkthrough to make sure like the bathroom is still nice and neat, freshen up the towel, wipe down the sink a little bit, but we've got it ready. And that's the key, is to be able to be relaxed and happy when people show up at your house, is to know before they ever got there, the house looks good. The candles are lit. I have my clothes on, my makeup is done. Like, these are things that we can do if we set out the plan. But if you are running around with your head chopped off trying to figure out, if the pans have been washed and ready, if the dishes have not been washed since last year and you're trying to wash dishes, you may not have the time to get yourself mentally prepared to host. So doing these things ahead of time really will save you so much stress on the day of Thanksgiving, on the day of Christmas, on the day of your party, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and check out that. I have linked in the description a freebie that is the schedule that I did. That's the 3-week, 2-week, 1 week till Thanksgiving, and then you can repeat that again for your for your Christmas. I don't say that I'm going to email you 1,000 times. If anything, once a month. And to be honest, in a year, I've sent 2 emails. It's not like I'm going to bombard you. I'm not high selling you. I like to have that on file as to who I'm sending things to, so that if I ever update it, I can send you an update. Okay. All of that is in the description. It's completely free. And I don't care if you do Fly Lady. I don't care if you do Clean Mama. These are all tips that everyone who is in charge of managing the house needs to have. And then lastly, you need to make sure that you are setting out a budget. Nothing is worse than just going blindly into a holiday and then getting the credit card bill in January and realizing how did you spend $5,000? How did you spend $10,000? I don't know what your budget is, but if you planned a $20 or $50 gift for everybody, and then you get a bill where you went to Hobby Lobby, which is so hard to do, or you needed all new wrapping paper and all new ribbon and all new this and that, and you didn't include all of that in the extra spending. It's a not very happy surprise for the beginning of the year. And I don't want us to start 2024 off bad. I don't want us to end 2023 with stress knowing that we've overspent. So go ahead and think it through, set the budget, go through it, be real. And when I'm talking about setting that budget, I am talking about the decor budget. I am talking about how much money you're going to be spending on food. And I would break that down into Thanksgiving budget and then Christmas budget, because it may be slightly different. I don't buy all new decor for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but I always try, as I'm putting things away, to make a note in my planner. I need to replace my hand towels, or I need to replace the kitchen mat. It's looking pretty bad. And there's no need for me to replace it immediately unless I find a clearance on something that I love. But if I can go ahead and start having these kinds of things going on in my mind, and I set that budget, and I know that I'm on track, and my husband knows what to expect, he can tell me, hey, use our Christmas club. Hey, use our debit card. Hey, we're going to use this credit card that's 0% interest, and I've got the money to cover it. This is the budget. Know that ahead of time. Don't go crazy with credit cards. Don't go blindly into this. Make sure that you are maximizing all those things. A lot of the cards, they give you really good deals and rebates. And guys, I am a big fan of shopping online these days. I don't want to fight traffic. I don't want to be stressed out about the holidays. So I do a lot of my shopping online, and I maximize all the little rebates, all the special deals. You can stack these things. There's no need to wait for Black Friday and think you're getting the best deal. I often find things at a better deal before Black Friday ever gets here. And I have peace of mind to know, number one, I've got it. Number two, it's going to be delivered before Christmas, because we do get into those issues. And number three, I can get it wrapped and taken care of way before Christmas week. That is the goal. So those are the reasons why I think that we need to go ahead and set that budget now. Set aside your list. We need to know who you're buying for. How many teacher gifts do you need? Do you need, 10 extra Christmas cards this year for your husband's work colleagues? Set the dates for Christmas card photos. Get everything scheduled now, because as we get closer, it's going to be much harder to get everybody reeled in, and much harder to get the the same kind of thing, scheduling with the photographers and things like that. Those all get much harder to do. So we need to take care of that while we have the time and the forethought. All right. So the sad fact is that as of today, we have 3 weeks and 2 days until Thanksgiving. That means that you need to be shopping right now for your turkeys. You need to be shopping right now for those good deals on the baking supplies. This is the best time, the next 2 weeks, to stock up on any cinnamon and clove and nutmeg and all of those things, vanilla, flour, sugar. Those are all going to be at the best deals of the year. It's time to stock up. I recommend getting more than just one. If you have the space, I like to have, at least 2 or 3 extras of things so that should we have another massive shutdown and we never know what's going to happen, then we can definitely adjust. We can go forward and we don't have to stress. So buy when things are at the lowest, but make sure you're staying in your budget. Don't overspend. So all of this builds, it all goes together. Is there anybody here that is a prepper that knows some saving tips? Make sure that you comment them because we absolutely love to know like where the best deals are, how to save money, how to maximize. So definitely let me know. I would love to talk to you one-on-one, but that is something that I am actually kind of physically checking out myself because I definitely want to make sure that I'm planning for the best holiday ever. So, when we talk about this, we need to set our mindset. I mean, don't you want to have these memories? Don't you want to have this kind of Hallmark Christmas? I do. I 100% do. So I definitely think that this is attainable. I don't think it's real for most of us. I think that we tend to be stressed and short tempered and spending money haphazardly and having things that we've bought in bags stuffed in cabinets and closets, waiting for the time for us to do something with it until the last minute. And this is not the way that I want to live my life anymore. I'm trying to do better, 1% better every day, which means this year I'm trying to do better than I did last year, right? So the mindset is really key when you come up with it because you need to know what is the primary focus for you this year. Is your primary focus, this is the year I need to be on a budget and a strict budget. It's been a hard year. I need to be thinking items that are more sentimental, low key, save money, buy in bulk, things like that, then this needs to be top of mind and you need to make a plan that aligns with that focus. If you are required to host a beautiful Christmas party for your husband's business, and this is something that really sets the tone for him and his colleagues, and you need to go all in on just an outlandish party or get together, then this needs to be your primary. And then you also need to set the budget that allows for that. And that needs to be your goals. And that may mean that, leading up to that party, you're not going to plan as many extracurricular activities. You're not going to attempt to do like a baking day with your kids, maybe after the party, but coming up to the party, we need to focus so that we get that done and we get it done beautifully, efficiently, and stress free if possible. So, scheduling things that is really like it's a whole business to run a party of that scale. And if that's your primary objective for 2023, then you need to start setting that up today. I'm not even kidding. That's going to be so important because holiday help, holiday, catering, stuff like that, it books up well in advance. And you don't want to be caught with your pants down, so to speak. If, however, you're not worried about those things and you just really want to enjoy your family, you've got a new baby at home, you've got a grandbaby, and for the first time they're all coming to your house and you just want the memories. If you just want these times and this quality time, then your primary focus doesn't need to be on shopping and elaborate decorations. Maybe this is the year that you want to make homemade decorations with your younger child. Maybe this is the year you're going to do the cookies and, spend a whole day with your granddaughter and, her mom, making those memories one-on-one. Maybe this is the year you're going to go and actually pick out your own Christmas tree and make that as a memory, or go ice skating. Like, if quality time with your family is the priority, start thinking now, what are some things that are easy, cheap, and free that you can do with your family? You can do a holiday express type day where you pack up the whole family. Everybody's in their PJs. You got blankets, you got homemade cookies, you got hot chocolate, and then you go around looking at Christmas lights. That is just so much fun. Christmas music on the radio. Families got their little cookies and their popcorn, and we're all cozied up in fun outfits. Just making that moment. There are websites and Facebook groups for just about every city you can imagine that post these crazy Christmas lights. And doing that before it gets really close to Christmas means that the traffic will be better, and it'll be something that you truly, truly get to enjoy. Now, for those of us that are either empty nesters or close to empty nesters, you may have a lot of family, kids who have other things that they're going and doing. And so it leaves you and your husband home alone a little bit more. Don't sit and mope about that. Really think about some things that you can do to pamper yourself, to enjoy the moments that you have. You worked hard raising kids. You've been through all of the stress and all of those things. And if you've transitioned into being an empty nester, then this might be the perfect time to really think about, movie nights and cozy times. Maybe you want to do the holiday lights, just you and your husband and a bottle of wine and a picnic. Who knows? Like, the opportunities are endless to come up with things, but definitely you can have these moments and you can really transition into celebrating the quieter times. Go visit the family and enjoy the family, but then when that's done, you get to come home and light a fire and just really, truly relax. Listen to some older Christmas music, your favorites. There's nothing better than having candles and old music and just breathing it in. If you're fortunate enough that it snows, walking in the snow, window shopping, it doesn't matter. But really set your focus right now so that as you're revving up, you've got a couple of weeks. We talked about, what is it, 7 weekends until Christmas. That's not a lot of time if you have a lot of obligations, if you got kids that have got, school parties, and you've got sports still, and you've got, church activities, and then you still want to add in, lights and all these other things. Then you need to be realistic and you need to pick and choose what really means something and let go of some of the things that don't. And sometimes that means you don't go to everyone's Christmas party. You only pick one or two that you can see the majority of the people and that you really enjoy. Sometimes that means you got to mark things off the list. A long time ago, I started marking things off of my list. I had an unreal expectation of how many Christmas movies we could watch in a year because we had too many other things going on. So we narrowed it down. We have like a top 5. It's not Christmas if we don't get to watch these top 5. But sometimes it means we're watching a movie on a Tuesday night because the weekends go so quickly. So put it in perspective, plan it out, share it with the family so they kind of know where the mindset is. Give them an opportunity to pitch in some ideas too, because let me tell you, if your husband really, really wants to go and listen to Christmas carolers, not that that's likely, I'm just saying as an example, if that's something that he really, really would enjoy, it's something that he did as a kid, and you don't have it on your list, you need to adjust the list. Everybody gets a vote when it's time for family activities. And if there's something that's on the list that no one really looks forward to, and you're pushing them out the door to go do it, this might be the year to just let that one go. It's not worth the fight. If no one else wants to do it, you're just going for a picture. You know what I mean? By the way, I'm super thankful for all of you that are here. Make sure that you're in the comments letting me know that you're here. Just a quick hi is all that you have to do. questions we will answer as we go along. But also, I have another video that I'm going to link at the end and a freebie that's in the description that will help you start now getting the house ready so that you're not stressed when people are coming. So make sure you check out those resources. But we're just going through, we've already talked about, setting the budget, setting the plan, scheduling things, knocking down that schedule. Now we've talked about mindset. So something to think about is that you absolutely cannot have it all. You can't do all of those things and not have the stress that comes with it. So, the more things that you can get done ahead of time and the more things that you can knock off of your list, the better and less stressed you're going to be about the whole season. So, again, this is the time to reevaluate and check your focus. What is the focus? If you're trying to have, a Hallmark Christmas, then you have to know that it took a whole production company to get that. And if you're a one man solo person, you're probably not going to have time to do it all, right? So if you're wanting that big, nice, I want the house perfect, I want all the things, I want a formal dinner, I want a party, then you're going to need to reel in some help to take some of the stress off of you. Absolutely. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was the gift ideas, because that seems to be where I really get caught up on a lot of stress, coming up with these ideas for these guys, probably one of the hardest things. But even if it's, toddlers, if you don't have little ones anymore, you may not have any idea what to get them. So what I did is I popped over and I found some resources that have some good ideas that I thought I would just share with you guys. And of course, in the comments, if you've got something that is just you're so excited to give, be sure to do that. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. So let's talk about the guys first. So I am over here looking at Esquire Magazine's website, and they have just a whole lot of different ideas. But I enjoy the top, the most useful things. If you're needing just real quick and easy, the most useful gift that they're recommending is the Bellroy flip case wallet for $89. So basically, what it does is, let's see if I can find it down here. There's the rigid wallet, which is very cool. I have gotten that before, and my kids liked that one. Let's find the Bellroy. There it is. So this is the flip case wallet. It looks like it's very cool. It works well in a short or a t-shirt, and no problem. It's very cool. So that would be a good suggestion. Another one is these. If you have like a techie guy, these Apple AirPod Max, if they like to game, if they like to be on their computer watching movies, whatever, this is a really nice gift, but a bit pricey. Then Foolproof is the UGG Tagsman gift for $110. I'm not sure that my husband would really care for that. I don't know about you guys, but he is definitely not someone that really cares that much for those kinds of fancy things. I'm looking down through here. I was going to show you that Tagsman. Where was it? Something that he would really like is a reloader for ammo and things, but that's a very practical gift for him. I don't know if that's something that we will end up getting. I do know that when he was in smart mug set would keep his coffee warm. That was a great gift. They have it at Williams-Sonoma, but also you can get this on Amazon. Some knockoffs that are quite good. Whiskey glasses, we've gotten that for my son, who really likes to have like the fancy whiskey and stuff. So let me find, the alarm was good. What are you guys doing for your guys? Because although things like this are pretty good, I mean, this grinder, my guys would care nothing about that. That is, I think, more for a metropolitan type of guy, something like that. But this, Star Wars New York Times, that would be huge for one of my sons, because he's all about that. That is such a cool gift, and talk about something that you're not likely to get from anybody else. I've also seen kind of like these charging stations. There's a lot of different styles and kinds, but that's just practical if they've got an Apple Watch, a phone, maybe even an iPad, things like that. Having a place that they can drop all of their things that charge, it's really a good idea. But take thought of, are they an outdoorsy guy? Are they a tech guy? Things like that, because not all of these, obviously, Esquire is a little more upscale than probably my dudes are because we're in Tennessee and they're a little more rough around the edges, but definitely like smoking accessories, grilling accessories, hunting accessories. Those are always pretty good. However, they usually have like a particular one that they want. So I listen all through the year. And when they say something that they really like when we're in a store, I put it in a note on my phone, the brand, the size. I'll take a picture of it so that I know exactly what they want. Last year, both my son and my daughter were wanting to get new gaming computers. So I had them send over specs of the new gaming computer so that I could just get them a piece that goes to it, because each piece is expensive, but the whole thing is really expensive. So, they got one gift from me and it was like the processor or the memory or whatever. And they loved it because that was something they really, really wanted to do, and that helped them out. So I always do ask, is there something you're wanting to work toward this year? I think my daughter's wanting to get into fitness. She's wanting to get an electric bike or a stationary bike. And so anything that would help her, maybe the fancy shoes for the stationary bike so they lock in, things like that. So I'm listening, I'm watching, what is she talking about in the last month or so, and making notes. And that's a huge bonus tip. So let's jump over to a different screen and uh, get this one off. Let's talk about the teenage boys, because teenage boys can be preteen all the way up, but they are also a little bit harder. And I found, where did, there we go. Let me start with this one. So when we're talking teen boys, so the strategist just put out an article 2 weeks ago. And when I was looking through here, I really liked some of these things. So this is a massage gun. Now, we have gotten massage guns in the past that were a little bit different from Amazon and certainly less expensive than this. And all of the guys liked it. I never thought about it for really teenage guys, but I'm sure, especially if they're playing sports, this is a great idea for them because it really just gets in those shoulder blades, gets those knots out. So that is excellent. I'm not a foot massager, not so sure about that. All the teenagers and young adults in my life love the Yeti tumblers and ramblers, and the girls tend to like the Stanley cups. I've got a couple of those for them. So those things, they never go out of style if they are especially into sports and outdoors things. A lot of times they need multiples because they'll leave one in a car or a truck. Slides are a huge thing. They love to be able to just jump in, and these slides here, all the kids like these. I think they're ugly as snot. I have never thought about this game, but spike ball, I've seen it in the parks. They love it. My young adults would love it. I really think this would be a great thing for, playing out in the yard, but they can also take it with their friends. This would be such a good gift. It could even be a joint gift. If you still got kids at home, you can get this, and that's something that they would use for years, because it's like, it's like volleyball or tennis or something like that. It's just a really fun little thing, but it's completely different than any of those, which is awesome. Here we got volleyball set, the same. Something inexpensive, their favorite team hat. I mean, you cannot go wrong with that for young adults and teenagers, girls and boys, I think, because, this is super inexpensive. It's something that they will enjoy. And if you're like me, my boys never have too many hats. Even my 17-year-old daughter could never have too many hats. So, they all have them in their trucks. They all have them in their rooms. This is good. And they get dirty and they just get a new one. So great ideas for some teens, especially if, you've got multiples, you can do several different things, different teams. If you're wanting to spend a little bit more, of course, headphones, the Apple, they have some new Apple Pro headphones that are, the full ones, the Beats Solo for music. If you have gamers, then there's specific ones for gamers that have like a microphone on them. I always recommend checking in with their friends on the sly or their siblings so they'll know exactly which one they want, because let me tell you, they can be super picky. So don't just get whatever they throw on sale. Do your homework, check and make sure that you're getting them something they actually want and need and the brand that they want and need, or they always love to get money and gift cards. Let me tell you, that's always a win. I used to hate giving that, but now I think I get more love and hugs over gift cards than I do gifts a lot of times, unless it's something totally unexpected. Here's those AirPods I was telling you about, the AirPod Max. And then the Wonder Boom and any of these like Beats music players that they can just sync to the, Bluetooth it. Both of these are quite good, not too expensive, but great ideas for your teen boys. We're going to switch over and talk about these girls. Talking to my daughter the other day, she said that you cannot go wrong with the Pure Vita bracelets. She loves them. She's 17. She's been wearing them since she was like 13 or 14. They're not expensive at all. So definitely something that you can get for any of the young women in your life. They love it. They come in lots of colors. They come with different little beads and things like that. Here in just a minute, I can show you what I'm talking about if you've never seen them. But definitely Pure Vita is just a great little stocking stuffer even. I mean, I think that they're like anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks. So they're not super expensive. If you've never seen them, you can find them at most boutiques. They sell them at Buckle. They sell them online. Like, it's definitely something that you can do. So I've changed over. We're at Teen Vogue. What better place to figure out what to get a teen girl than go to a teen magazine? So these are things that they are recommending. This article came out last week, so it's very current. Top Vogue picks: the Ocean Vitality shower phone holder. Hello, never thought about that in a bazillion years, but my daughter listens to her phone all the time. So let's see if we can find this. That's not it. Tell you what, we'll just read through them and then we'll go down and look at them. Then meaningful would be the Polaroid starter kit, the little bitty Polaroid pictures. That has always been a big hit. My older daughter has that and likes it. She uses it for birthday parties and things like that. So definitely something that you should try. Sephora, the mini perfume sampler is actually quite good because inside of each of those perfumes, there's usually a coupon so that if they find one that they like even better, they can buy the full size at a discount. So it's a great deal. If you tried to buy that size of those perfumes, let me tell you, it's significantly higher. But these little things, they're a really good deal. And of course, all teenage girls want a designer handbag, so no brainer on that one. And then leggings, and then let's say 3D printer and pen. That one, I have no idea. So let's look through and see what we see. So here's another one of these little TikTok light machine type thing. Crazy. So if they're into making the TikToks, then having this little gadget, they'll change the lights. That might be something that they like. These hair things, that, to be honest, they've been there and done that. Most of the girls I know already have it. This is not a new product, but if you've got a young girl coming up that doesn't have it, it is a great thing. It gives them those wavy, pretty beachy waves, and it's super inexpensive. Let's see, fancy bowls for their cereal. My daughter absolutely went crazy for the light strips last year. Her whole room now can be changed any color she wants. It just goes the whole periphery of her room. She sets it on pinks and purples, depending on what she likes. And then when she's going to sleep, she puts it on a dark blue. I don't know how she sleeps with all these lights on, but she loves them. I mean, adores them. Super inexpensive. You probably have to get a couple of kits depending on how big of an area you're trying to cover. But gosh, That is such a good idea for sure. I will link some of these in the description for any of you that are watching it not live so that you can just go straight over and get exactly what we're talking about. Mini fridge for the room. Both girls and boys love this. The boys like the more college style, and then the girls like this because it's just so cute. They can put their little face rollers in there, and jade rollers feel really good, but they can also have snacks and things like that. I don't love snacks, but I don't mind the drink so much. I don't know a girl that doesn't already have some kind of either the Dyson Airwrap or the Revlon blowout brush. It's really good. I have one. My daughter has the Dyson. We love them. It saves so much time. Fuzzy socks, Squishmallows. We all know that is a thing for every single girl age 25 and younger. They love them. They're obsessed over them. For some reason, they don't think that there's too many. So you can go that route for even 6-year-olds and they will love them. I'm telling you. And they're soft. I just washed some the other day. They wash up pretty well. I do not love giving makeup because let me just tell you, my teenagers, they want a very specific color palette. They want a very specific brand. So getting these really little cheatsy things, I used to buy them all the time when I could get them free or cheap from like CVS, the little beauty things. I still do that, but I don't give it to my teenage girls. I use them for little bitty gifts that they can give out to their friends. I use them for, maybe Bible study groups, Sunday school groups that they're in, things like that, but they don't appreciate it. Every year I would get them like the little lip gloss kits and stuff like that. I don't know that they ever really used them. They just accumulated a lot. So what I found now is that it's just easier for me to know exactly what color palette they like. If they want the, Too Faced nude palette, or, if they're into, whatever, there's the whole naked palettes and stuff like that. They will tell you what they love. Just get what they love. Teenage girls are incredibly picky. Don't beat yourself against the wall trying to figure it out. Just ask. Just look at what they're looking at. Check their Amazon wish list. Girls have no problem telling you the things that they want. So if you just listen, make a note, you can get it. But Squishmallows are very easy. They all want that. But when it comes to makeup and clothing, make sure that you're getting exactly the style and the kind that they want. Okay. Leggings too. You can't just go to Walmart and get leggings these days. They want, specific kinds, specific colors. So put your ears on to listen to be a good gift giver when it comes to teenage girls, because they won't return it. They won't get their money back. They just won't use it. And you're going to get rid of it and take it to Goodwill in 2 years when you go through their stuff. I promise. Let's see. So of course, covers for the earbuds. That is a super easy one. These are so expensive. I have found these things super inexpensive. Amazon, the 5 and 10 stores, I'm telling you, you can find that everywhere. Here is the Polaroid. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. Sorry, guys. Let me flip you over. So here is the Polaroid camera set that is so fun for creating memories, things like that. So this is good for even like new moms. They can snap pictures and put them up on their refrigerators. This is such a cute little thing. They're not super expensive. They sell them at Walmart. It is a bit expensive, but not terrible, especially when you're going to probably get some of those pictures. So it's a win-win. Bonnie is saying, Bonnie is saying, like, they always ask for tools that they don't have. That's for the guys, but it's also for the girls. If you've got a girl that's into filming TikToks and YouTubes and she wants, a specific lens for her camera, if she wants, new brushes and she's a painter, she'll tell you different things that she wants. But the guys, they fix cars, they fix the house, they fix whatever. They will tell you tools that they want or need. These are always good things. Get good quality. Don't go for cheap, because it is worth it not to have things, some of the tools that I have seen are not the best. So I now know the brands that they prefer, and I try to stick to those, especially if they're the rechargeable battery ones, because you want to make sure that you get everything in that same family, because a lot of times the batteries will work for more than one thing. So great tip, Bonnie. Love that. And I know she commented that a little bit ago and I totally missed it, but I did want to shout that out. So now that we've got some ideas, of course, purses, what teenage girl doesn't want a really, really expensive purse? Let's switch over and let's talk about the babies, the little guys, because if you don't have little guys, you probably have no idea which one that we want to talk about. So let me see. So the Spruce just put this video out a few days ago, and I love, getting more recent things because what they liked last year may be totally out of style this year. And these young mamas, they are all about a trend. Let me tell you, they have a different way of raising kids. Hello, if you're an old school mama and you've been told that you're wrong on absolutely everything, I know I have. Let me take a swig. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so of course these little tight slides, they're all great. If they don't already have one, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I like to buy stuff like that secondhand because they just last forever. And a lot of times, just a good scrub with some hot water and Tide mix will get absolutely everything off of it. They're really good condition. I bought a basketball goal, a little ride-on truck, and I don't know. There was something else. I don't know if y'all can see, but behind me there's like an art set, where you can do the chalkboard on one side and the paint on the other. I bought all three of those this past summer from a yard sale lady, and I think I paid $30 or $40 for all three, and one of those was more than $40. And they look brand new. Like, we just washed them up. They are great. And so I just keep them here at grandma's house so that when they come over, I've got things for them. So that makes it nice. So when you're looking at kids' toys and things like that, a word of caution. A lot of times they get so many toys that your family actually does not want a lot of toys. So it is 100% human nature to want to buy a kid a toy. But a lot of times I like to buy things that maybe they don't have and they actually need, or something that is going to transition for them so that it's not just a one and done toy. I can't tell you how many little things that we end up finding that you never saw them play with. But my 2-year-old grandson, he loves the little people. And so if we invest in those things, I know for a fact that that is going to last for a long time. And as other grandbabies come, they're going to love those too. So don't get caught up in technology so much. I'm just going to tell you secretly, she bought some kind of really expensive things that reads a book to him. He never plays with it, never plays with it. He may. It's only been a few months, but as of right now, that was a really expensive gift and he's not playing with it a lot. So, button art. So, this is kind of a cool take. They put these little pop things in, which is a lot easier than keeping up with, Legos, because everybody has stepped on those little Legos. That's a pain in the butt. So, just a twist on that. You can see that, they can color them. They can make them these little penguin things. This is a hedgehog. You just pull those out, put them in. It's a good learning tool. So that's good. Bunnies, I like the ones that you can heat up in the microwave and they get warm and it helps them snuggle in and go to sleep. Those are amazing. And I saw those at Amazon. I've seen them at Walmart. This may be one of those. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, looks like he's just a Jellycat bunny. Yeah, he's just a bunny. He's just really cute. Baby Shark. We all know this song. This one makes bubbles and goes in the bathtub. He will love that. We got something similar to this for the grandbaby for his birthday, where he could pretend to be a doctor and it came with all the things. I think the one that he got was it was one of the characters from his favorite show, but it came with the stethoscope and stuff. And he doesn't understand all of it. It was a doctor thing, but he's starting to really want to play pretend a little bit. And I think that's something that's going to be great. So it's a good thing. Build a buddy. Not sure that mine would love that, but if you've got a little bit older kids, they would definitely like that. Noisemakers is what I call these, musical types of things. So definitely you can see the trend is kind of the same things we've seen over and over and over again. But I think the main thing is they're going away from, the plastic toys, and they're going a little bit more to wooden toys and things like that, which I'm very happy to see, things that, don't have a lot of sounds and bells and whistles and things like things that they can just play with and lace up and snap together and things like that. That's becoming a trend, but you still get these little guys. To be honest, they play with it for a second and then they walk away from it. So it does not entertain them for very long. So I save my money on these things nowadays and I go for something a little bit more simple. Things that you can always get, the toddlers. Where did we go? Things that you can always get the toddlers that maybe you're not thinking about is things that they can use and get rid of. So, like the kinetic sand, they love that. They're going to play with that when mama brings it out. So, it's, not something that stays in their toy box all the time, but they love things they can touch and feel and do. So I completely, in the summertime, like water toys and things like that, that they can do in the bathtub or in a water table, kinetic sand or Play Doh. You just have to be careful and watch the little ones to make sure nothing's going in their mouth. But things like that. For other kids, think of things that they can make and then it gets done. So, like if they have a kit that they make a science project with. That's very entertaining and fun, but once it's done, then it can go away and not clutter up their rooms. The bottom line is check in with your family members and make sure before you give a ton of toys that it's okay. One of the best things that I did when we had a very large extended family, we had, I don't know, like 4 or 5 boys within a 2 year range. And when they got to be like 7, I went out and got all of them, really inexpensive, like from Big Lots, radio controlled trucks. And I got their dads radio controlled trucks too. And I want you to know Christmas Day, after we ate, their dads and them went outside and had so much fun playing with these trucks. And probably they never played with them again once they got home. Like, I'm not going to say that this was like the best thing ever, but that day they had more fun and made more memories together with these radio controlled trucks that I spent $15 to $25 on. Like, they were not expensive. I don't think you need to go super expensive on things, but Big Lots and some of these kinds of places really can find some good deals on that. And it was a memory, and that's what I like the best. So, make sure that as you're going through, sometimes big boys like to be kids too. Big girls, like I love a fuzzy, snuggly, funny, pajama set with fuzzy socks for Christmas Eve, especially when my daughter and my mom and all of us get them and we're, kind of being silly. My mom got us these fleece sweatshirts one year that had sequined Datsuns on the front. I will never wear this out, but I love putting it on when I'm going to watch a movie and be snuggled in my house. So it's funny. And I know she has it and my daughter has it. And we're just all these weenie dog freaks wearing our fuzzy fleece, puffy sweaters. And it's just so much fun. So sometimes don't think of it as like they're going to play with this. It's going to be their favorite thing. Just think of it as this is going to be fun for the moment. It's going to be fun for a few days. It's going to be fun when they pull it out and they do use it. But don't get your feelings hurt. If they want to return something, the bottom line is we're showing them how much we love them. We're trying to give them things that they would enjoy. But if we get the wrong size, if we get the wrong color, or if it's something that they've already got or they just didn't want, don't get twisted. Let them exchange it. Keep receipts. The bottom line is I want them to enjoy something from me. I thought of them. And it's the thought that counts, right? So it's not about the thing. It's a thought. So things that you can get for people outside of your family. Let's talk about that for just a second. So Christine says, yeah, she's going to focus on practical gifts for your younger adults, grocery store. Oh, love that. Grocery store gift cards. If you've got, a young adult that's setting up their first apartment or their first house, the first time they go to buy salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard, all of that stuff, not to mention rugs and curtains. It's so expensive. And right now, you guys know the price of things is crazy. So if you've got a young adult, that is great. We used to give away in the stockings, we always gave like McDonald's, they had the books. Remember back in the day with the books, we would give away the books to all of our teenagers and young adults because when they're in college, sometimes they want to go out to eat, but they don't have the money. So they would have like Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever that was in and around where they lived. And that way they could go have dinner on us or lunch on us. As adults, we have given away more expensive gift cards. Let me tell you, you can go to Costco or Sam's. Usually they will have these books of gift cards for the nicer restaurants in our area. They have like Rodizio, the Brazilian steakhouse, things like that. The Chop House, which is a really nice steakhouse in our area. They will have like a set of five, $100 gift cards or five $50 gift cards. But the price that we get at Costco is less than if we paid $50 per person, right? So we'll go buy these and then we'll give a gift card with a card, to a couple, to a business, employee, whatever, and they really enjoy it because that's an expensive dinner. That's a date night. They can take their wife on a date and we paid for that, or at least help paid for that. If it's a $50, it may not have paid for the whole thing, but you know what I mean? And anything that we didn't give away, we enjoyed as well. It was cheaper for us to do that than to take them out to dinner, and they got to plan it whenever they wanted. Maybe it was used for Valentine's Day or an anniversary or just a random date night. They wanted to get away from the kids and go do something. So those are always really good practical things that you can do. Food items. Kids love food items, adults love food items. So if you know that someone absolutely loves Christie cookies, order a dozen of Christie cookies delivered. I've sent the edible arrangements. I have a friend that's vegan. She went nuts over it. She was like, this was the best gift ever because, she's very particular on the things that she eats, but having fresh fruit was absolutely amazing. She loved it. So, you can do that. Summer sausages, all those kinds of things. They can put them out when it's a party and it's really nice and you get to give them something that they will enjoy that's practical for little kids. You can definitely do like cake decorating kits, cookie decorating kits. You can do, jewelry making kits, especially if you've got that weird, awkward, 10-year-old to 13-year-old. They aren't old enough for makeup and things like that, but they don't feel like they want toys anymore. That's when I get into those things. I love a practical gift for sure, and these are good ideas, guys. And for your mailman and things like that, sometimes you don't have to give them a gift. Like put cookies and a drink in the mailbox, for neighbors. You can write your favorite Christmas cookie recipe on a card. Just write it pretty. Or if you're like me and you can't write pretty, you can print it off in a pretty script from Canva, print it out on cardstock, hole punch it, and then put a really pretty cookie cutter that you can buy a whole bag of them really inexpensively at Amazon or Hobby Lobby. Get one that's kind of pretty, attach it with a pretty ribbon, and then give that out to your delivery people as they deliver to your house, or give it out with a little thing of cookies. These don't have to be expensive. You can make cookies, at any time. They freeze well. You can pull them out when it's the couple of weeks before Christmas and hand them off. Or make fudge. My goodness, everybody can go for some peanut butter fudge or mint fudge or dark chocolate fudge or whatever your favorite kind is. So you can make it in the microwave. You don't have to spend a lot of time if you're working. Just remember, you just got to get all the ingredients now while it's all on sale so that you can do it later. So go ahead and start brainstorming who you've got to get things for, what your budget is so you know how to set the expectations, and start your cleaning process and your buying process now so that you're not racking up credit card debt in the process that's going to make next year bad. So if we start going, and what I'm thinking, y'all know we are in struggle mode because my husband is not working. We are starting our own business. This is year one. We've not made a single profit. We've had 2, maybe 3 months out of the whole year that paid for the bills for the month. All the other months, we had to use home equity line of credit to pay for things. So this year's Christmas, it's going to be a homegrown, very inexpensive, it's all about the memories kind of Christmas for us. And that is not going to be bad. That's just a new challenge for us to do. And to be honest, the place that we are with my daughter having new babies and my son, about to get married, everybody's struggling financially. So we need to step away from it's going to be a $50 gift for everybody or $100 gift for everybody and just let the whole family know, like, listen, we're going to pare things back. It's going to be less, but we're going to maximize the love and the attention and the time we spend together. And I think if you set right now the expectation, everyone will appreciate it and we can all have a better holiday season. Guys, thank you all for joining in. This will be on replay after the fact, and I'm going to go through and add all of these best suggestions that you guys made, as well as what I find, into the description so that real quick, easy click and go if you want to check out these prices or check prices, because sometimes things get more of a deal, especially as we ramp up to Black Friday. Hello, you can go ahead and put things in your basket. You can watch how the prices change and buy when the price is good. But don't for 1 second think that you need to wait to the end. You want to go ahead and start getting at least one gift every week from now on so that it's there. It's done. You don't have to give it thought anymore. That is going to be so helpful. Anyways, let's look through any questions before I sign off. So, yeah, Bonnie said, Christine, that was such a great idea. So, yeah, absolutely. Make sure that you continue to leave comments. After the fact, other people will read these and they will appreciate it. And if there's anybody that I left off that you would like to know some suggestions, I'm more than happy to talk one-on-one. I'm more than happy to, I answer all the comments in the regular comment section. It's hard for me to answer all the live comments as I'm talking, but I will go through every single comment that you put in my regular video comment section. I will respond, and it's not just a thanks for watching. It's from me. I spend a lot of time doing that because you guys mean the world to me. And if you've been watching me for very long, there's one thing we've got to do before we go. Let's pray. Father God in heaven, I praise your name and I thank you. I thank you that you've given us a way that we can communicate and share ideas, share the love, share the encouragement across the miles, Father God. This is something that we are so thankful for, because in my little area, I don't even know my neighbors that well, but I know these ladies and these guys that have shown up over and over again to love and support and share thoughts and feelings on how we can do the best that we can with the time that we have, with the resources that we have. Father God, as we go into this week, I pray that you'll just bring blessings upon us, ease any anxiety over the things going on in this world, and remind us that all we have to do is look to you to find peace, joy, and happiness. In all things, I give you honor and glory. Amen. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next Tuesday, where we're going to deep dive. I don't even know what I'm talking about next Tuesday. It's on the next page of this calendar. So check us out and be sure to join us over on Facebook for more conversation. Bye. Love y'all.